is Josué Iglesias. I'm an ICT innovation consultant and technical writer. I am Change2Twin ambassador, and that's why I'm here. Well, this web talk is going to be structured, let's say, in 3 parts. First, I will talk a bit about the technology surrounding, digital twins, with a special focus on the enabling technologies. That would be more or less 10, 15 minutes. Then I will ask to join Anca from the Change2Twin project that would talk about the funding opportunities within the projects. And finally, David Arias will join us to, let's say, to talk about further possibilities of funding beyond the Change2Twin project. Thank you very much to the Change2Twin project to give me this opportunity, and of course to David Arias to join us as a, let's say, as a special guest. Okay, thank you, David. Well, just to give a bit of context, I want to talk a bit about the Change2Twin project, and just to say that it's an European project which supports specifically manufacturing SMEs in their digitalization process by supporting the development, the deployment of digital twin solutions. More specifically, the goal of the project is to ensure that this kind of SMEs have an easy access to the technologies around the concepts of digital twin. For this, they offer an end-to-end funding scheme that Anca is going to talk about this later. Okay, and just to start a bit about talking about the technology, you will find lots of definition regarding what's a digital twin, but I like this one that I'm not sure, but I think this appeared within the project, that says that the digital twin is a digital replica of an artifact. This is something quite general. It may be a product, a machine, and also a replica of any process or service, but quite important that this replica is so accurate that it can be exploited as a basis for taking decisions. We can think about recommendations, prediction, etc. But also it's quite important to have in mind that this virtual representation of the reality has to have some kind of connection with the real world by means of a, let's say, real-time and continuous stream of data. Okay, so with this we get several benefits. To name some of them: improve customer satisfaction, improve also product quality, reduce time to market, also achievement of the sustainability goals of the business, enhance supply chains, also create new business model given the digitalization that provides this kind of technologies, also to improve efficiency in general and also productivity. Okay, as I said, I would like to talk about the enabling technologies, because if you search in the internet, you will find a lot of information. It's normal because digital twins is a complex concept, and also because it's a, let's say, it's a term, it's a technology or set of technology that is little by little, becoming more well known. But right now, you will find a lot of information that may scare you if you try to approach the technology. So what I did is to, you know, to make a very high, let's say, a simplification of this enabling technology. To do so, I took a source, one position paper that you have access to this in the project web page. And I took the 5 technologies that this web position paper identifies, and I did my, let's say, my scheme. You know, I positioned them in this, let's say, lawyer architecture. So my idea is not to maintain this wording of the, you know, of the position paper that you have there if you want to read it, but to explain this block on my own words, you know, to just to make a, to try to make a general understanding of a basic understanding, let's say, of the technology. So first of all, okay, as we said, as I said, we need to model real things. To do so, we are going to use digital twin, use any sort of computer aid technology, computer aid design, computer aid engineering, computer aid manufacturing, and also reverse engineering processes. Okay, all these real stuff, machines, etc. Also will be operating in real time. So in real time, digital twins need to fetch, to acquire information from sensor. It can be temperature, it can be humidity, whatever kind of sensor that you can imagine can be handled within digital twins. And they fall within this well-known concept about that is industrial Internet of Things. Okay, information coming from this sensor need to be fed and transmitted, and to do so, we digital twins use access networks. Okay, this is here. You can see here 5G. This is just an example. Okay, and beyond these access networks, all this information should be processed. Okay. Okay, sorry. If you can mute your microphone, please. Okay, thank you. And we also need to, you know, to compute all this information to process in processing networks. Right now, a lot of processing is done in the cloud, needing or not high processing capabilities support. And also, little by little, the concept of edge computing is also being used. So in this infrastructure, what we are going to process there. Okay, there we're going to process mainly AI algorithms that are going to be processed there in this infrastructure. The information coming from sensor, and also the modeling of the real stuff that we have modeled in this block. So almost to finish, okay, of course, the role of the user is important as an interactor. It may interact with, you know, with novel technologies like virtual reality or augmented reality, and also just a visualization of these insights that digital twins can offer. Again, I can say about we can think about recommendations or maybe predictions. Okay. And finally, this is not my key expertise, but also all these blocks needs to be managed with several data management techniques, processes, and mechanisms. Here in this part, I only wanted to add that blockchain has a important, or may have an important role to say here in managing digital data from digital twins. Okay, so this is the picture I wanted, the technical picture I wanted to show, just to go back again and to link with Anca. I only wanted to remember the offering that the project Change2Twin is offering for manufacturing SMEs, that mainly they offer, okay, of course, Anca will go further on this, but will offer funding for supporting experiments and optimization of these kind of technologies. And this will be done also with the support through the project, but with the support of Digital Innovation hubs, to assess your technology, and also technology providers that are going to help you to deploy, to develop and deploy the digital twins. So if you want Anca to start your talk, thank you very much.
Thank you, Josué. Thank you everyone for attending today's meeting. I will stop your share screening.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I will very briefly go through the presentation of the financing, as you said, Josué, and more exactly, we are talking about a second open call that we have for the deployment of a digital twin. So the way we envisioned Change2Twin was to provide a full scheme mechanism where companies giving their first steps towards digital twinning would have the option to be assessed by a certified DIH. And then in a second call, in a second step, which is not mandatory, the applicants in the first step are in the second step for the deployment voucher do not necessarily need to have applied to the assessment voucher. So with this call that we are running right now, we are financing the deployment of a digital twin with technology providers. So as mentioned previously, there is funding available and technical mentorship, as well as one very interesting aspect and very important for those that are new to digital twinning is that there is no requirement for previous knowledge, because the Change2Twin consortium partners, technical partners, support the process along the entire period of implementation. So with the deployment voucher, the financing is up to 90,000 euros. And this is in order to deploy a digital twin solution in the business, in the manufacturing SME or mid-cap premises. So the second open call was just launched in January, on the 16th of January, and we are looking to select up to 16 experiments, up to 16 beneficiaries, to get this up to 90,000 euro lump sum. A lump sum is a grant that does not entail any financial justification of the cost that the applicant submits. The support program would last for 11 months, and alongside the financial aid, they would also receive technical mentorship in each phase of to support the digital twin deployment in each phase of the implementation. So, as mentioned previously, applicants can be both beneficiaries of the assessment voucher, or this is the first time, this could be their first time with the Change2Twin project, and it's absolutely perfect. We are looking for individual manufacturing, SMEs and mid-caps located in the member states of the European Union. It's overseas countries and territories as well, but also associated countries to Horizon 2020, and applicants in the United Kingdom are still eligible under this call. The companies applying will ideally have reached a level of digitization of 3, but yes, and this can be assessed throughout the application process. In the guide for applicants, you will find a link where you can see exactly what your level of digitization is by doing a very short assessment. So In this case, we are looking just for manufacturing SMEs and midcaps. They can work with technology providers, but the technology providers cannot be the applicant for this deployment voucher. And the deployment vouchers that the applicants for deployment vouchers that have been previously through an assessment voucher can use the recipes that they received in a previous stage to implement now throughout the deployment support program. As a short timeline, as mentioned, we started the call on the 16th of January, and it will be open until the 16th of April. So there is plenty of time for everyone to apply if they consider this open call. After the deadline, we are going to start the evaluation process. It will be an evaluation process where applicants will be informed about the results, whether they are positive or not. And we are also counting with the external evaluation from selected independent experts. Once the list of applicants is submitted to the consortium members, to the consensus meeting of the Change2Twin members, they will be informed, and those passing the threshold in previous evaluation stage will be invited to perform a legal check and then sign the sub-grant agreement. The evaluation criteria, which can be read in more detail in the guide for applicants available on the microsite, I will show it a bit later, are excellence. So here evaluators will look at the ambition of the idea that is presented and the degree of innovation in the proposal. They are going to analyze as well business impact and time-critical information use, as well as the team and experience of the applicant. We provide 2 extra points, one for prioritized sectors such as construction or metal, and 1 extra point for those applicants who are using technologies that are available in our Change2Twin marketplace. This can happen even with the technology providers that you already know and agree to work with, and you can suggest them to apply to register on the Change2Twin marketplace and get this extra point by the time the evaluation starts, if they register. So maybe Dalia, you can share in the chat the link to the microsite for this open call. As mentioned, it is an ongoing open call. It has a very user-friendly application page, and the application form is not a very complicated process. It would probably take about 2 days of thinking and half a day to fill it in. So the application, I insist, has to come from the manufacturing SME or midcaps, no consortia, no technology providers. Of course, there can be previous contacts with technology providers just to get an idea of what you would like to do, but not an applicant themselves. Now I will just share with you for five minutes, I think, one of the use cases that we had in a previous call, the deployment voucher. And this is what they have been doing with the deployment voucher and how it worked for them. I hope it has sound. If it doesn't, let me know.
No, I can't hear anything, Anca.
Okay, so I need to share with sound when I share it. Share sound, yes.
Un'azienda localizzata a Parma, nata all'interno del Dipartimento di Ingegneria, dalla sinergia di ex ricercatori, professori e investitori privati. DNFone è un'azienda che progetta, implementa e commercializza delle soluzioni innovative per il controllo qualità alimentare, in particolare per i settori del vino e della birra. Il prodotto principale di DNFone è Smart Analysi, una piattaforma di analisi composta da 4 parti principali. Un dispositivo hardware ottico, uno spettrofotometro, che permette di fare analisi chimiche, un'app Android che viene utilizzata attraverso un tablet, dei servizi cloud che permettono di garantire un controllo strumentale e servizi dedicati agli utenti, e una parte di reagentistica, ossia dei kit che permettono di realizzare specifiche analisi chimiche per il controllo di qualità nel vino e nella birra. Change2Twin è un bando che permette di sviluppare un modello virtuale, un digital twin di prodotto e di alcuni processi interni. Fondamentalmente sono due gli obiettivi che si pone DNA Phone attraverso il deployment voucher di Change2Twin. Creare un modello virtuale per migliorare il servizio legato al cliente finale ed anche migliorare e ottimizzare alcuni processi interni, in particolare il processo di produzione. Il Digital Twin rappresenta uno strumento virtuale che emula alcuni processi, alcuni prodotti, alcuni servizi reali, raccogliendo dati da parte dei clienti e raccogliendo dati in tutto il processo di produzione interno. Noi riusciamo ad ottimizzare, a migliorare le performance dello strumento, a fare diagnostica predittiva e tutta una serie di servizi che servono sia all'azienda che al cliente finale. Anche se da un punto di vista digitale la nostra piattaforma di analisi ha già un alto grado di digitalizzazione, il fatto di avere un digital twin permette appunto di migliorare sia le performance del prodotto finale, ma soprattutto ottimizzare i processi produttivi interni. Il digital twin viene realizzato principalmente dal team interno. Oltre a me ci sono altri due componenti del team, Alessandro Tonelli ed Alessandro Grazioli, che sviluppano il modello digitale insieme a dei partner esterni.
Sicuramente un grande primo miglioramento è stato un incremento nella digitalizzazione dei dati e l'inserimento di questi dati in pipeline molto più strutturate e molto più mirate a trarre beneficio dalla raccolta complessiva. Grande miglioramento è stato ottenuto nei tempi di produzione dello strumento. Il controllo qualità e il settaggio delle macchine è un processo molto oneroso e a cui dedichiamo moltissima attenzione. A questo proposito il Digital Twin è stato una grande opportunità per ridurre i tempi di produzione. Questo nuovo approccio ci sta permettendo sempre di più di ridurre la manualità, di conseguenza anche di ridurre il rischio di errori. Sicuramente ci ha permesso di introdurre funzionalità nuove, alcune che vedono direttamente i clienti. Abbiamo già rilasciato un miglioramento in seguito al lavoro fatto sul Twin e alcuni che servono più a noi nell'implementazione interna.
Un esempio di come il Digital Twin ci abbia permesso di migliorare l'esperienza dei nostri clienti riguarda lo studio del comportamento delle sorgenti luminose dei dispositivi Smart Analysis. All'avvio del sistema, infatti, i nostri clienti dovevano attendere un tempo di riscaldamento delle sorgenti che inizialmente avevamo stimato essere di circa 15 minuti. Le sorgenti luminose sono utilizzate per effettuare l'analisi e il riscaldamento serve a renderle il più stabili possibili per avere risultati precisi. In molti ci hanno però chiesto di ridurre questo tempo. Raccogliendo i dati dei dispositivi in uso ai nostri utenti e fornendoli come input al Digital Twin, siamo riusciti a studiare e a comprendere meglio il comportamento delle sorgenti in base all'ambiente in cui vengono effettuate le analisi. Questo ci ha permesso di ridurre il tempo di riscaldamento da 15 a 4 minuti, quindi i nostri clienti devono attendere il 70% in meno rispetto a prima.
Attraverso il modello digitale dello strumento Smart Analysis si riesce ad indagare, ad esplorare molte funzionalità che ad oggi sono solamente nella nostra roadmap tecnologica, ma che grazie ad un modello virtuale riusciremo a modellizzare e a sviluppare in tempi più rapidi, come per esempio aprire l'utilizzo di Smart Analysis anche ad altre filiere, oltre al controllo di qualità nel vino e nella birra, ad oggi disponibili sul mercato.
Una raccolta più strutturata dei dati ci ha anche permesso di aprire degli nuovi insight sulla conoscenza del prodotto. Lo stiamo guardando sotto prospettive nuove, sotto angolazioni che prima non erano possibili.
Okay, so this was, I'm trying, okay. I think Delia already shared the link for the open call with you. Thank you, Delia. So we are inviting everyone to go through the documentation and consider applying for this open call. Thank you, Josué. And now I think we'll leave the floor to David. You are muted, Josué.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to present again just to link this with David. Let me know if you, yes, you are looking at my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just before introducing David, I just wanted to say that beyond these funding possibilities that the project, the Change2Twin project offers, you can find there in Europe so many other funding possibilities that are, let's say, compatible with the fund of the Change2Twin project. I have these two slides just to make a very general idea of the main program of the European Union, Horizon Europe, that I think you may know, and maybe later David is going to go deeper on this. But in the pillar number 2, we have here this digital industry and space cluster that I think may be suitable for this kind of manufacturing SMEs. And also some, let's say, the Premier League of the innovation calls, that is the, you know, those under the umbrella of the European Innovation Council, with the, you know, with the EAC accelerator as the main star. So let's say that if we have an axis of the technology level of your products, ranging from only the idea to a development of your product, of your technology that is quite close to market. I feel that after applying, after implementing your projects, thanks to the Change2Twin funds, you may reach let's say a mid-high technology level that afterwards may prepare your technology to approach this kind of orders of European, let's say, more general goals. Okay, and said so, I give the voice, the turn to David. David, I know him for, I don't know, 7 years. I think when I started working as an ICT consultant, my first assignment was with him. So I have him in my mind like a really expert on, you know, on funding for startups, SME, etc. And okay, it's just on that, David.
Thank you, Josué. So yeah, thank you first of all for inviting me to this call. Hello everyone. I will try to, well, maybe first say a few words about me. My background is in engineering, in IT and electronics engineering, and also innovation management. And I've been working with startups for many years, like 20 years now, in many different positions as co-founder, investor, and consultant, and mentor. And today what I do the most is I help startups, tech startups, get funding from all types of sources, also public funding, but also private funding. And I have even helped a couple of startups go to the stock market. So I think I have like a broad view of all potential channels to get funding. And yeah, so thank you. And I will share my screen just to show a few slides, but I will try to be short. Let's try not to bore anyone. Can you see this slide? Okay. Yes. Okay, so this slide is just a simple slide showing some of the possibilities to finance, startups, or even in general product development. So of course we have private capital that comes in the form of venture capital or angel investors, but we also have accelerators that are super interesting for early stage startups or early stage products. In some cases, accelerators are even financing teams or founders, which could be also interesting for investigators, researchers that are starting to develop a product. And then we have contests, of course, grants, and you can also bootstrap your project, which is actually good in the first steps. My personal view is that all these possibilities are difficult. So I think most entrepreneurs underestimate how difficult it is. But to be honest, like getting a grant of 50,000 euros is difficult. I'm sure the Change2Twin platform is super interesting, but also the level of detail in the proposals and the level of quality in the teams and projects has to be quite good, and entrepreneurs have to work on it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's here. Maybe just a few words about why grant funding is important. This could be something that is could be probably obvious for many people, but I think there's many entrepreneurs also that go directly to other kinds of funding. But grant funding, such as the one that is given by the Change2Twin platform, is super important. First, because you can finance technical developments, product developments. And from my point of view, there are not many other sources to finance product development. Like investors do not typically want to finance product development. They want to finance business development in general. Second, if you are targeting later on to attract private investment, grants de-risks the private investors. So private investors can put all their money into the business instead of financing the technical developments. And third, and that's also very important, is non-dilutive. So you get, like through Change2Twin, you get 90,000 euros, which is significant money, and you don't get diluted in your company, which is also really, really interesting. So how to find the right grant for your business, how to understand if, for instance, the Change2Twin is a good grant for you, or if the EIC Accelerator is the grant for you. I think, as you can see here, there are many. I just put here some logos of some organizations. I personally work a lot in the UK, so here that's why I here have several UK-based organizations, but in every country there are many organizations providing funding, and it's difficult to understand which one is the right for you. And we use something especially in public funding. We use something called this this slide shows that right now, for instance, there are almost 1,000 calls open at the European level. If you, for instance, if you do this search in the UK, there are almost also another 100 calls. In Spain, probably around that number as well. So in every country, there are many grants, many programs. It takes time to understand which ones are the right for you. So how can you do it? You can do it basically with a concept that it was introduced by Josué. It's a well-known concept right now when talking about public funding, especially, and it's the technology readiness level. So almost all grants are established according to this technology readiness level. So when you are in the lower range, in the 0 to 4 usually range, you have to apply for research funding. When you are in the middle, you can apply to what is typically called innovation funding. And when you are closer to 9, no, it's when you have a product that is almost ready for the market. And typically there are some programs almost everywhere that finance deployments, that finance pilot projects, demonstration projects, and you have to apply for those ones. And if you are not able to assess your real technology readiness level, probably you will fail. And I think this is probably the first reason why applications fail, no, because they are applying not to the right grant, and because the technology readiness level is not the right one. And it could be that you are too advanced or that you are too early stage, no, for the program. And then in parallel, in the last years, some entities have been using also the commercial readiness level or the market readiness level. This is more, is closer to what investors use as well, no? Like, what is the level of readiness that preparation that the company or the product has in terms of the market. And it shows if the company has already relationships, no, with customers, basically. And it goes from, basic idea to proof of scalability and stability. And also for some programs, for instance, the EIC, the EIC accelerator, that Josué has mentioned, this is super important. So there is basically no chance of success with that program if you don't have proof of traction, or proof of, or some kind of proof of early customers' interest. I have this slide as well that is a little bit similar to one that Josué showed. As you can see, this slide shows different programs according to the technology readiness level. So in the X scale, we have the different technology readiness level from a research 1, 2 to a commercial product 9. And you can see different entities that are financing the products at different levels. So for instance, and in the YX, you have an estimate of how much money you can get, more or less, no? So when you are basically in the low range of the, let's say, capital that you can acquire, basically you can go for business angels. I think right now, if I'm not wrong, the average business angel investment in Europe is around 30,000 euros. But it's true that the business angels usually do rounds in pools, no? So it's possible to get up to 200, 300,000 euros. Is not uncommon to get from business angels. The business angels actually are financing today from ideas I have seen to projects that are super close to the market. So they move all across this spectrum. Then for not so much money, like up to 200, 300, you can find all the, let's say, national grants. So here we would talk about all the national funding agencies and that work on innovation, and also another interesting program that is called Eurostars that finances also collaborative research and development projects. And then once you want to acquire like bigger rounds or bigger amounts of capital, you have to go in general to other European projects. We have some projects, some programs that are funded by the EIC, the European Innovation Council. Especially the Pathfinder, is quite popular. It finances research projects with up to 5 million euro. The EIC Transition also finances with several million euro, let's say, technology transfer projects. And we have probably the most popular one, that is the EIC Accelerator, that typically goes from technology readiness level 5 to 8, no? And then when companies, startups want to further scale up, in general, they have to go for VC, no, for VC funding, or also the EIC Accelerator Fund. And also in the last years, there are more and more projects or programs that are funding also deployment, no, commercial deployments, especially for instance, in the clean tech, in some life sciences projects. You can find also public instruments that can finance this kind of deployments when the objective of the startup is related to a specific mission, like for instance, decarbonization of the economy. But yeah, maybe my bottom line message is a complex environment. There are hundreds or even thousands of programs, but it's worth, before applying to any program, it's worth doing a real in-depth research to try to understand if the program is the right fit for your company or your project, and for, of course, the same for the Change2Twin. I think the first step is to look at the criteria, selection criteria, and really understand if it's the right fit for the company. And I think that's all from me, from my side. If so I'm here for questions if anyone wants to ask anything. Thank you.
Thank you, David. That was a very interesting presentation, very useful information. Thank you for sharing it. Josué, you are muted. Okay.
Okay. Just to finish, well, just to remember, okay, of course, to remember, if you can reach David, you can reach her company, strata.team, okay? And of course, if you have any question regarding particularly, thank you very much, David, for your speech. For I'm with you. This is a complex arena. But I enjoy how you link this complex arena, let's say, with the opportunities that the Change2Twin project offers. Regarding the Change2Twin, I have here the way you can reach them if you have any question. That, of course, as David said, when you are approaching this, in general, the grant issues, but maybe particularly when they have to be with to deal with so sometimes difficult to explain technology as a digital twin, is quite important to have this kind of project, this kind of supports. Okay, even if you are lost, if you don't know if you really fit or not, you can always contact the Change2Twin project to get assistance. Okay, so I don't know if anyone of the people here have any question. I think a lot of people already left.
I don't see any questions, but we are recording this session, and with your approval, of course, we are going to publish the information and the recording, because I think it is very interesting for many beneficiaries of Change2Twin to further go to private financing.
Yes, okay. Okay, great. So everyone can review all this information on the web. I guess you, Anca and Delia, in the LinkedIn, in the network.
Yes, we are going to share.
You will share links to the. Okay. I will share also with you the presentation, just if you want to upload and anything. Thank you very much. First of all, to the Change2Twin project for this opportunity, and of course to David, that I hope to go on collaborating in these kind of dissemination projects and other ones. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Josué.
Thank you, both of you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Have a great